On Sunday, September 4th, 2022, Australia's Nick Kyrgios knocked out defending champion Daniil Medvedev and reached the quarterfinals for the first time. Nick Kyrgios, who will face Karen Khachanov in the quarterfinals of the US Open, says that he's now relieved. Well, Nick Kyrgios may have won the match, but it's no thanks to moves like this. During the match, Nick Kyrgios made the silliest mistake possible, and people, after watching a player like him do such silly things in the middle of a match, were shocked. He made an all-time unforced error at the US Open. In this video, we'll talk about the silliest mistake Nick Kyrgios made on court. Before we move forward, make sure you've pressed the subscribe button and the bell icon. Let's get into the details. A mistake by Nick Kyrgios. Unforced errors are common to happen on the tennis court, even though the goal is to avoid them. After all, the game is played by humans, and humans can make mistakes. But what Nick Kyrgios did against top seed Daniil Medvedev during the US Open match on Sunday night went beyond a typical unforced error. Medvedev got a racket on Kyrgios' shot, but did little else. The ball sailed straight to Medvedev's left and out of bounds. In fact, it never made it across the net. All Kyrgios had to do was let the ball fall to the ground, and he would have had a point. Easy peasy. But he made another choice. A bad one, in fact. While the ball was effectively out of play, it had not yet hit the ground. So officially, the point remained active. It would have been confusing if the ball had been on the other side of the net, but it was ultimately irrelevant because Kyrgios' shot was in play. However, Kyrgios' hit was illegal because it crossed the other side of the net. So the point passed to Medvedev. The commentator as well as the audience were in deep shock and were not believing what they'd just seen in front of them. World number one player, the finalist of Wimbledon 2022, can make such a mistake. That was horrible. At the same time, there were a lot of people who appreciated him for doing everything possible to ensure that there is never a dull moment in the game. Here are some reactions from fans. An absolute all-time banger of lunacy. One of the funniest things I've ever seen at a Grand Slam. I will never understand Nick Kyrgios. The reaction of Nick Kyrgios. Not just the fans, Nick Kyrgios himself admitted his blunder by saying that he was being boneheaded at that time. I still can't believe the stupid decision I made over here. To be honest, I thought it was legal. That's going to be all over ESPN Sports Center, making me look like a fool. But that is okay, Nick Kyrgios said. Later in an interview with ESPN, he explained his decision further. I honestly believed it was legal. I thought I was playing on the concrete streets of my Canberra suburb. That is something I would do in that situation. I realized it was illegal. You can see my expression, I was overjoyed. That's the best shot ever, I thought, and it was not legal, but it was entertaining. It is, I guess, good to hear from a player that he not only learned from his mistake, but also enjoyed the moment. And this way, Kyrgios laughed off this moment of insanity. He's playing fantastic tennis, and no one has won more matches since the US Open than him. In the quarterfinals, he will face Karen Khachanov of Russia and will be favored to advance to the Final Four. And for the future, Nick Kyrgios is hopeful that he will deliver an amazing performance. I played really well. I've been playing really well the last few months, he further said. And what better place to do it than here? On the other hand, Medvedev also thinks that Kyrgios played well and has a bright chance to win the tournament. I've played Rafael Nadal and Novak. They're fantastic players. In my opinion, Nick played on their level today. If he continues to play like this until the end of the tournament, he has a good chance of winning. So this was all from the video. I hope you all enjoyed the silly mistake of Nick Kyrgios. Did you enjoy the mistake, or do you think that it was very silly? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Also, tell us, do you guys think Nick will win the quarterfinals or not?